okay, it won't be Canada Day by the time you see this, but we're recording on Canada Day. So we're being all patriotic. I have my Canada socks on. I tried to lift them up high enough for the camera.
Didn't work.
My feet don't go that far.
and I had my red and white Habs scarf shawl that I was going to bring, and it's on my bed. Yeah. So I'm drinking patriotic drinks instead. They're red and white.
And they're not being tariffed.
Oh, well, they are for the aluminum.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy other holidays that you guys will all be having. I know there's more than just July 4th.
Yeah.
There's
Dominion Day.
Somewhere.
There's Independence Day.
There's, yes.
But lots of holidays this time of year.
But we got something. Oh, should we say who we are?
Yes. You took over my intro.
Sorry. Hi.
Hi.
I'm a good girl. Oh, okay. I'm Cyndie.
I'm Ange, or Lou.
It sounds... Never mind. Okay.
I'm Ange.
Or
Lou.
Yeah, it just sounded like or Lou. You're Ange or Lou.
Okay.
Okay.
She's crazy.
I am crazy. Hence why we're faking sanity.
We are. We run a shop in Dawson Creek, BC, in northern Canada. And you can find us on Instagram and Ravelry and all the places.
It's really bad because I can see my own face, so I like have to make funny faces into the camera.
You really don't.
I do. Crazy. Yes.
She calls me crazy. Like, by default, I'm French, therefore I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And then she makes, you know, smooshy faces into the camera.
It's not all French people, it's just French Canadians. I'm French Canadian too, don't worry. Just less French Canadian than her.
We got a post on one of our threads on the Ravelry group from a podcast watcher, I think, and I had said I was looking to do some color work, and she was like, well, away, let's go. And I was like, oh, you're from Montreal. There are certain things that French people out here don't say.
Yeah.
Away is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're here, we're knitting, and I guess we're gonna get into the knitting content now, and then there'll be some spinning and dyeing and stuff too. So
some content. We're actually not gonna start with knitting content, we're gonna start with acquisitions.
Yes, because we have some Canada Day kind of acquisitions.
Yeah, well, yeah. We have a Canada Day acquisition.
We had hinted a while ago about a friend who was going to make some bags locally here for us, and we got in our first shipment this week.
And one of them,
this is one of the first ones. So these are kind of sock or small project size, but I love the print. And it's maple leaves, but it's got native, I forget if that's the raven or the eagle print in the maple leaf, but it's beautiful. It's got quintessential red and black plaid at the top, very Canadian, and then a nice black pinstripe bottom. And the inside's just white, so it's light, so you can see all your stuff in it. And they're fairly big bags.
Great.
Like, they hold 2 full 100-gram skeins, and there's loads of space for your project on top. And they're just really nice, and I love, she does the drawstring, but with 2 instead of 1 on each end, which I really like. So
I'm saying all over. Okay, I'll hold this one while you show off yours.
Okay.
So this was a store acquisition, though I really, really, really want it.
I really like it
It
too.
might come home with me, but there's about like 4 others I want as well, so they can't all come home with me.
Whereas I knew exactly which one I want, because I had bought a Canada bag at the Edmonton Fibre Frolic. But this one's so cute. These crazy sheep. So curly sheep and the little black sheep is totally my thing. And they match my soap molds exactly. I have some little curly haired sheep soap molds, and it's got, I've been really loving the vibrant, like almost neon greens lately, and it's got this cute curly fabric on the inside, and I love it. I love it.
And she bought it immediately.
I did. Didn't even make it onto the pegs. We've actually got more of Liz's bags back here.
If you can reach.
Yeah. So she's got some really cool, like, kind of picnic basket ones, very harvesty and contrasting linings.
Oh, and the fabric in the inside this one, it's really small, so I don't know if you can see, but it looks like knit fabric. Oh, you totally can't see. It looks like knit fabric.
It's the Snoopy one.
Oh.
That one's just a nice
That's why you couldn't see the knit fabric.
Yeah.
This one. She calls it Snoopy. It's not Snoopy.
I called it Vintage Puppies.
It's so cute, but okay, yeah, the fabric in here looks like
it's
little
like
tiny
V
knitties.
knit stitches. It's really small, but it's lovely.
It's very cute. And I like this one too.
I love that one.
It's so pretty. Yeah.
And some have cotton twill tape for the drawstrings. Some have drawstring cords.
They're great.
And she's got like this really bold, like vintage teacups with flowers, and it's got like a tablecloth kind of fabric inside. So they're lovely.
They are. And so her stuff is called Piece by Piece. Piece, P-I-E-C-E, by Peace, P-E-A-C-E, because we're the Peace Country.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, this area, like we're in Dawson, but the whole area is called Peace Country.
Because the Peace River flows through it.
So, and she has these beautiful little tags that are kind of like a brushed, I don't know, it feels suede-y. I don't know that it is, but it's very soft and lush.
They're lovely.
And so some are little flat tags like this, and some are the tags that are sewn into the seams. And they're amazing. And we've started putting them on our Etsy shop if any of you are interested. They're not all up yet, but I've got about half of them up, and she's got others. Like, I love this tree print. It's just fabulous. And this one's got a similar colored fabric, but it's a different print on the inside. And yeah, it's just kind of like watercolor painting. So I love it. They're so beautiful. And she doesn't interface them. I really like a bag that I can squish into my purse really easily, so they're not stiff at all.
But they stand up great.
Yeah, they have a square bottom.
And like, you can fold down the top, and they stand great like that. And yeah, they're great.
We love them, and we love Liz.
And yes, you saw a bit of a hint of the other acquisition we got for the store. We got Blue Brick. So she does these amazing gradients. So hers are all based on, she takes a photo and then bases a gradient on it. This one is the Pride colorway, which I love. And it might come home with, no, don't need more yarn. I'm gonna leave it here.
You can justify
and
it.
let someone buy it. But it's so pretty. So pretty. I love rainbows.
You do.
I do.
Very much
and I love this
It's
photo.
a nice.
She does amazing. She was a photographer, and she does amazing photos. So
she does. This one, I love both the colorway and the photo. So this is her Northern Lights photo. So you can see there's greens and purples and stuff like that. We don't get the purples here very much. We get lots of greens and blues and whites and sometimes reds, but not as much of the purples. But this is the colorway. You get those when you take
the pictures.
But this is the colorway, and I just love it. It's, I'll show it to you right side up so you can see both. They're just stunning. Like, you can see all those tones, the darker green for the shades down here, and then the lighter green in the lights. Like, they're just, she just nails them. Like, the photos are beautiful, and the colorways are amazing. And we got them, we just got her gradients, but we got them in Killarney sock. Which are huge. They're like 500 yard skeins, and we like 130 grams. So what?
It says right there. If you, right there, the tag is there. We also got.
They're 130 grams, so like almost 5 ounces. They're 4.5, 4 3/4, something like that.
Yeah. And then we got the Escarpment DK, which is a 327 meters for 115 grams.
And it's about 4 ounces.
And it's a lovely.
Yeah, they're really nice.
I'm so excited. I want to knit something with it, but I'm going to be good.
Yeah.
Because
we both have rather large stashes.
Yeah, it's bad.
But we're very excited. We took over some of our display space to just lay these out. We cake them up so that you can see the colorways, see the gradient in them a bit better. And yeah, we just love them. So that was our acquisitions this week.
Yeah. I love getting stuff in for the store.
Yeah, we're to start with acquisition. So let's get into knitting. Let's do your whips.
Okay. Whip number 1. I am so sorry. I'm in the middle of a row. The rows are getting super, super long. But it's this beautiful shawl in this beautiful yarn. So you can see there's cables. I'm like, am I on the right side? There's a really cool cable pattern.
Oh, there, on the angle, you can start to see it.
I've just started the cable, so yeah, stockinette down. It's a semicircle, well, It's a curved shawl. I'm not sure if it's actually a semicircle, but yeah.
I think it's sort of between a traditional crescent and a semicircle.
Yeah.
It's deeper than a crescent usually is.
It's really, really pretty. So it is the Carradol pattern by Lucy Hague from the Celtic Cable Shawls book or on Ravelry. And I am loving it so much. It's really easy.
Hold it up so they can see it.
It's so pretty, and the pretty color. Sorry, it's really hard. I mean, there's not much to show because I'm in the middle of a row.
Yeah, okay. But here, try to show some of the cable at least.
Anyway, the yarn is Faking Sanity. What's the base called? The MCN.
Impulse.
No, Persuasion.
Persuasion, sorry.
I'm like, it's not Impulse. Impulse is the DK.
Impulse is on the wall.
Persuasion. It's our MCN that Ange is dyeing.
Yeah.
And I was the recipient of the first stuff. Well, almost the first stuff. Because we're making this shawl. We each put work into. Well, you dyed the yarn, and I'm knitting it for a friend of ours who's getting married. Yeah.
It's going to be her wedding shawl.
It's going to be her wedding shawl. So I'm I'm really enjoying the pattern. I love it.
Got to get a wriggle on the knitting now.
I do, especially since I took on a test knit for July.
I showed her a pattern, said I'd love to knit it, and she contacted the designer and said, "Do you need test knitters?"
Yes. But yeah, her wedding's in September, so I've got to get on it. But it's going really quick. I haven't actually been knitting that much in the last 2 weeks because it was really, really hot.
Yeah.
And the last thing I wanted was wool anywhere near me.
Yeah.
Really hot for us. We're wimps.
Yes.
But
today's cooler, so
today's
that's
beautiful.
Nice. You've got other whips.
She doesn't have any whips.
I don't. I finished a project and I'm gonna make some more whips today. But
So my other whip, I have shown this once before, but I haven't been working on it recently. It's my uber colorful hexy blanket.
love this.
I'm just using scraps of every different color in it, and I have this many more hexagons that I already have made, and I'm going to put them on, and then I think I might declare it done.
Yeah, it's a good size.
It's a great lap size blanket,
yeah.
And I think I want to move on from it. Make some more mini socks because that's what I've been enjoying with my minis. But I love it. It's fabulous.
Like it's a very ample lap blanket too. Like you could almost use it like a throw.
Yeah. So the pattern, there's just the pattern for the hexagon, is the Springtime Hexagon by Kim at eggbirddesigns.
Cute name.
And and last time I showed this, I went, it had split in the middle, and like one of these had I fixed it. I didn't have to rip it out and recrochet it or anything. I fixed it. So
yay!
I'm very happy. But yeah,
blanket surgery is scary.
I want to move on because I've decided that I need to finish up all of my works in progress.
You heard it here first.
Or get close at least. Yeah. So. Whee!
I just want to cast on all the things, and I know I can't knit all the things, so I'm being good.
I love all the different colors, and this is great because it has yarn that I've used, yarn that all my friends have used.
Yeah,
it's fabulous.
Yeah, I think only the gray you bought, right?
There are a few minis. I bought some NikkiSlipp minis to put into it.
Oh, and you've grabbed a few of our minis here now.
None of those have got in this yet.
They've done mini socks and stuff.
Yeah, I love this. I've gotten minis, yeah. Well, not even minis. I've just gotten ends of leftovers from everybody.
It's so fun.
It is great. The bad thing about it is hand wash because I didn't make sure that all of the yarns were super washed, but that's fine. Yeah. Now that she has a spin dryer, I'm not worried about it at all.
So amazing.
So, yeah.
I have FOs. I don't have whips, but I have an FO. I had a whip last week.
It's not a whip. There's an end hanging out.
Okay, look. The end is woven in. You can see the zigzaggy mess at the top.
Bottom? What about the one at the bottom?
The end is woven in. It's just a zigzaggy mess. So this was the Kaarre hat by Maria Kostamovaara. And you didn't see that one. She's showing you false information. And it's really cute. I really like the stitch pattern. That doesn't,
That really doesn't show it off.
It's over my, if I get close, does it show it?
Kinda. It's really cute.
It doesn't really show unblocked, and I haven't blocked it yet because I was finishing it off last night and I wanted it to be dry for today. The one thing, so she does it, it's a bit slouchy, so this becomes the slouch and it's stockinette, so it looks really cool if it fits that way. This is just long enough to be a little loose at the top, but not enough to slouch for me.
Oh, I was gonna say it's slouched on me.
So, but I like to wear my hats really low on my ears. Yeah. So I think I would either do the crown the same way with the stockinette crown and make it an inch longer, or I would carry the design up and just do the math to make it work all the way to the top, and make it this length when I make it for me. And the yarn is our Faking Sanity Impulse, which is why it was in my brain, in the Cure for Death by Lightning colorway. It's just a black and yellow speckle on a pale grayish base, and yeah, I really like this stitch pattern. It looks really cool.
It really does. I want to make one of those now.
So I really enjoyed the knit. I'll be making another one. Yeah. So yeah, so that was my second charity hat for our charity knit along.
And I did some baby hats.
Lots of baby hats. I love that one.
They're little crocheted beanies. I did a few different sizes because I don't know how big baby heads are. And
they vary.
Well, they do vary. And our friend Dano kept saying the size of a grapefruit, and I'm like, well, that's not very handy because I don't know how big a grapefruit is. But yeah, and you can flip up the brim if it's too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just cute little.
It's a very basic pattern, but it works well because you can adjust the size of it.
And they're really quick, so I had a lot of fun. They're all out of Colorwheel by Loops and Thread, which I think must have been discontinued. It's no longer at Michael's.
Yeah. And
we got it for really cheap. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love these two colors.
It's machine washable, so donating stuff to the hospital, it pretty much has to be. They ask that it can go through their commercial washing, which is nearly boiling.
Yeah. So yeah. I had a lot of fun with these, and they were really quick.
Yeah.
And they were for the charity along, which was in June. So it's over now. So you have until July 4th to get your pictures on the thread, which is good because I still haven't put mine up.
Me either. I finished last night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'll be putting pictures of all my little charity hats. Yeah. I have a couple more, but these are the ones I did in the last couple weeks.
And we'll do a draw. We're giving everybody a couple days to get your pictures up of your stuff from this month on the charity along thread, and then we'll do a draw on the next podcast for a winner.
Yeah, but you have until midnight July 4th. They make good little bowls too. That's apparently how big a baby head is. Ow! Sorry.
Has never had kids.
I'm never having children.
Never going to.
Never going to have children. Oh, the patterns. They're just a couple basic patterns. Literally, they are called the basic double crochet beanie and the basic half double crochet hat. And they're both by Rhondda Mole. And so, yeah, these are the double crochet ones. These are the half double crochet. Yeah. I like them. They're really cute.
I really like that color, too.
I do, too.
Dark teal with the blue brim.
I've got some more. Yeah, and I also did a couple mini socks, and I think I showed this one last time.
Maybe it didn't have the loop, like you had just had to finish it.
But I did a couple more, and then I left them at home by accident. So I'm really enjoying the mini socks. See, I remember doing this, so I at least had a few.
Yes.
But
my only other FOs are dyeing and spinning FOs, but I can show some of my new colorways. They're sitting in my Prairie Dye Studio bag by Melissa at Prairie Dye Studios.
Canada.
I figured it was a good day to bring out the Canada bag.
Yes.
So I have a couple of new colorways. This is the first of my speckled colorways. It's called Savannah. And it's just a very subtle speckle, and it's got olives and greens and taupes and golds and browns. So, and it's got a little bit of dark speckles in there.
When she was doing it, I was like, that's kind of ugly.
Yeah, she and Dana were both like, ugh, and then I scanned it up and they're like,
oh, yeah, okay. And I mean, I know that. I know it's going to look different, but I was just kind of like, and when it was wet, it looked totally
also not
different.
Your colors.
But you know, I really like this. Like, I would totally knit with this. But Also when it was wet, it was a lot darker and yeah. But yeah.
And then this one's a one of a kind one, so it'll just be called a distraction. It's got a blue on one end and a violet kind of veil dyed on top of it at the other end, and then dark purple speckles throughout. Not tons, so. But I really like that one. I actually might keep this one for me because I really like it.
Didn't you do two of? No, you didn't do two of those.
No, there's one of these.
Yeah.
So this, it's a one-of-a-kind distraction on the MCN base, which is called Persuasion. But I might keep that one for me. And then this
one's so fun.
I am convinced I will get my order out
In
and
July.
some yarn out for us this month in July. So I wanted to dye a Christmas in July colorway. So this skein it's a repeatable colorway. It's my Christmas in July, and it's one that will spiral or stripe depending on your gauge if you're knitting a sock, and if you're knitting a hat, it will spiral or stripe as well.
Micro stripes.
Yeah, micro stripes, just very thin ones. Where one stripe will be red and the next will be the white with the green
Kinda
speckles.
like that one.
So yeah, it's really fun. It's very out of my color comfort zone.
She doesn't like red and green together at all.
I don't like red and blue, and I don't like red and green. But I really wanted to do this one, so, and I'm
quite
pleased
like
it turned out really nicely. So, and I like I've discovered I like the speckles when they aren't too many of them, like there's just a bit of speckle. So the second color is mostly white with a bit of green in the back, and then really dark green speckles in it. So, and there are a couple of speckles in the red right where it joins to kind of draw it together. So I really like them. Those are my 3 new colorways, and then today I'll be dyeing some more. And I'm just about done.
Our pride sets.
Our pride sets.
Yes, it's no longer Pride Month, but that's all right because you know, Pride's year round.
Yeah, so I'll be dyeing the red for that today and doing some more dyeing for my orders, and then we will put them out, and I guess say June is Pride Month, but we celebrate all year here or something like that. So we're starting out with the rainbow set, and then there'll be some others coming up.
Pride sets.
Yes. So that's my dyeing.
And then you have spinning.
I do. Just one this week. So I am fascinated by how different things look depending on how you ply them. So these were the same singles. I spun all my singles and then just plied them differently. And so you can see in the chain ply it keeps the colors together. So it's yellow and purple and olive and red. And it just looks so different from this, which is more, you know, clown barf. But I wanted to do some intentional barber poling, and I do think
It is really cool.
if I hold it out and don't twist it up tightly, you can see the colors a little better. And I think as far as the barber poling went, it was a great success. Totally not my colors, but that's why I didn't mind playing around with it. Because, yeah, I didn't mind if I didn't do as well.
What fiber is this?
It is Louet Northern Lights top.
Oh, of course.
So they don't sell the fiber anymore, but they used to. Now a company out of the States sells it, DMF Fibers.
Isn't it just DM fibers?
DM Fibers, because DMF is the
Yeah.
fibers, yeah. But yeah, I've always loved it. It's the size of a pencil roving, and it's super easy to draft, and it's a nice, just medium wool. So it's a easy spin when I want something quick.
Yeah.
And this is about 150 yards of worsted to Erin. So it'll be a good like hat or something like that. So, and that's for I think about 90 grams because I had a bit left over in the mini there. So that's it. We have a draw for you today though.
I'll show off. It will go really well with my red shirt. Actually it does. The burgundy.
Yeah, it ties it in quite nicely.
It is the Age at 99 cowl. Oh,
I love
by
it.
Dawn
Actually,
Maurer.
it looks really good.
Thanks,
with that
Dawn,
color.
for letting me know how to say your name.
Yeah, Dawn Maurer.
I'm always worried that I'm going to screw up people's names because my name is screwed up all the time. So, but that's all right.
She's the chief.
I'm the chief. My last name's de Chef, but it's French, so it's spelled chief. Yeah. Yeah, it's this beautiful, I love these cowls that look like shawls.
Yeah.
I just,
They're easy to wear.
They're
and
easy to
comfy.
wear. And when you wear your winter coat, they actually cover that gap that, like, unless you do your coat up to here.
Like I do.
Like she does. I don't. I'm amazed when I actually do up my coat. I used to not do up my coat at all.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah.
We already did the draw. So we did a random number.
For the pattern, not the cowl, sorry.
We did a random number generator from everybody who posted in our cowl thread. Cowl thread, not cowl thread, on our Ravelry group. And the winner, we had posts number 2 to 11. So winner was number 9, which is mamamichels, who is Cyndie from Ohio. So we'll give you
another Cyndie.
We'll give you spelled
Cyndies
differently
everywhere. There's Cyndies everywhere.
We will give you a couple of days to catch this, but if we don't hear from you in a couple of days, we'll message you on Ravelry. Yeah. And if you see this before we do, just contact us on Ravelry, either our personal Montrealise or Perrian or the Faking Sanity account, and we will get the prize off to you. Well, specifically,
Dawn will
get Dawn to, actually, yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry about messaging us. We'll give you a few days to watch this, and if not, we will send you the pattern from Dawn.
Yeah.
Because Dawn generously donated it as a prize, and we forgot to draw it.
We cannot speak today.
Can't speak.
Brain on holidays. Oh, we had 2 days off.
We get a
That's a long weekend.
A weekend is so exciting for us.
Okay. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was the Knit to Alaska.
Oh,
which is
she was right.
Oh yeah. So last podcast, Ange said that she thought we were close to a milestone. We weren't, but
we looked up what the closest thing, and it was like a pull off with a garbage can.
Yeah, it was like, oh yay, litter barrel. So as of as of 2 weeks ago now, I'm already way out of.
Yeah, but after the last podcast, we checked where we were to see if we were getting
So
close.
we were at 295.3 kilometers. So our next milestone, which is a small milestone, is Prophet River, which is at 364.7 kilometers.
So that one's coming up. It's a bit of a distance, but it's coming up.
The way we were going through, we were like, woo, we made it to like the golf course. And now we're like motoring up the highway.
Yeah.
And so when we hit that milestone, which I'm thinking shouldn't be that much longer.
Yeah.
Especially if I add in all my projects that I've done.
Yeah, I've got to add in mine too.
We'll have a small draw, so it won't be like a huge thing, but it'll be some little things for people. And then we'll have a big milestone at Fort Nelson, which is kind of one of the major cities. Sorry.
It is. But it is.
It's got more than a gas station. At 454 kilometers.
Yeah. And that'll be a big one that I didn't think we would hit.
I didn't think we'd even make it to Fort St. John.
Yeah.
So thank you guys all for helping us.
Yeah, it's been so fun too to see everybody's projects, and like I've added so many patterns to my face, and actually we in going through like seeing the people posting about it, we got somebody posting something, and we were thinking of hosting another cowl. Kind of an informal one afterwards for a specific pattern. So it's been so fun.
Yeah. But yeah, and then when we hit Fort Nelson, we'll see if people want to continue or if we want to do something different. But yeah, and as always, you can double dip in
all of our cowls.
Well, and any other cowl, as long as whatever other cowl you're working on is okay with double dipping. Put it in the Knit to Alaska. Yeah. And we call it Knit to Alaska. It's the Alaska Highway Make-Along.
It's a make-along.
It's everything.
Knit, crochet, spin, dye. Oh!
Dye?
I just said that. We hadn't said
you
dye.
Hadn't dyed before.
Can I count my yardage dyed?
That's a lot of that's a lot of yardage. Woo, we get farther.
I cannot count my yardage dyed.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just my spinning.
Hey, if I finish this, I get to claim all of it, don't I?
Yeah, that's what we said. Whips were loud.
This is lots of mileage, trust me. Lots and lots and lots of mileage.
Don't lean on it like a pillow because you'll fall asleep.
Sleepy. Okay,
So
our next make-along.
Oh, Christmas in July.
Yeah.
It's July. July.
Oh
It's
my
halfway
goodness,
through
half the year is over.
I can't believe it.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It ironically feels less like summer right now than it did in May.
Yeah.
Go figure. But so we're doing Christmas in July make-along. So again, it's a pretty relaxed make-along. You can knit, crochet, spin, weave. I am going to do some weaving as soon as I'm done my deadline dyeing.
Sure she is.
No, I really need to finish the deadline dyeing first, but as soon as I am, I want to do some weaving. So I'm hoping I get one scarf done in the last week or so of the Christmas in July. But basically, yeah, any craft, if you're making something for a gift for Christmas, or if you got the yarn for
As a gift for
Christmas,
Christmas,
if you want to knit something for yourself out
Or
of
if
it,
it's Christmassy.
or if it's Christmassy yarn, or if
if
you want to
it's-
make ornaments for Christmas, like anything that you can justify to me as
Yeah.
tied to Christmas, it's Christmassy enough.
Yeah, totally.
So,
So I am most likely going to be making a whole bunch of mini socks because I'm making a garland of mini socks for the store
it's going to be so cute.
and possibly some to sell too. I don't know
Yeah.
if everybody keeps telling me that I should sell them as ornaments. I don't know if people will want them.
A lot of people have come in and said you should.
I know.
Whether they would buy any or not, I don't
We'll see.
know. But
So, and if not, it's no big deal. I'll just add more to our garland.
yeah. We got some really cool lights that look like yarn balls too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think with the
those and
those
mini,
and a
mini socks.
garland of mini socks, I think
Yeah.
it'll be cute.
And I am also working on some socks that are a Christmas present for Dano. You should start your dad's socks.
I'm starting my dad's socks today.
Ooh.
That's why I have no whip. I have to dig out the yarn and wind it off. It's a giant.
Giant
my
ball of
dad
Red Heart.
likes the Red Heart acrylic. The
Sorry,
Red
I look
Heart
very white.
Comfort. So it comes in like 5-pound balls.
Well, we get the massive balls.
It's like
We
2
like big
kilos.
balls.
It's 5 pounds. And he likes the one color only. So
No, gray or blue.
that's true, but he really likes that one.
Yeah.
I've done socks out of it for him before, and he really likes it. So I'm starting on my dad's socks, and he watches this, but he knows he gets socks for Christmas, so it's okay. No surprise. Sorry, Dad. But yeah, I'll be starting that one today.
Oh, I have another pair of socks that I know I won't finish in July, but I might start in July.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Christmas socks.
I'm hoping my plans. See, it's not good timing for me because I have to finish my dyeing, and it's the Tour de France / Tour de Fleece / Tour de Suites,
So
and
you'll
it's
be
Christmas in
spinning.
July. So I want to knit my dad's socks, or at least start on them. I want to finish a design I was working on as a Christmas gift for one of our friends, and the mittens.
Right. Forgot.
And I want to weave a scarf. So, and I have a plan and a giftee in mind, so I'd really like to do that. So some of it might end up in September, but
Yeah. But our thought on it is if you at least get started on your Christmas presents
then it's
or
not.
your Christmas making, then hopefully you won't be frantically finishing them off Christmas Eve.
Yeah. And then
We've never done that.
never. Actually, I haven't. I usually put it in a bag and go, it'll be done when it's done. Here's
Yes,
your
I
partially
have
done gift.
I have often like stuck a half-finished scarf with the ball of yarn and needles and said, Merry Christmas, Mom! I only do it to my mom, really.
Yeah. Well,
Or
family.
Michelle. Yeah, family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I do it to our staff too. So I do it to everyone. Because who else do I make presents for?
Well, that's a good point.
I don't have friends.
You do it to a limited number of people, but they happen to be everyone you do it for.
Yeah, yeah.
I mentioned a possibility of another cowl.
Yep.
So I'm assuming it's Zoe, because she's from Montreal and she spoke English perfectly. But her name is Zoei on Ravelry. So Zoe asked if we wanted to knit the colorwork pattern she was thinking of doing together when I mentioned I wanted to do some colorwork. And so she's doing the Songbird Mittens by Erica Huser.
They're beautiful.
They're gorgeous mittens, and they weren't the pattern I was thinking of, but I really like them, so I think we might knit along together. So we'll open up a thread, I think, and just have an informal knit along for anybody who wants to join us. Maybe in August or September or over both months if people want to join in kind of whenever they are free to do so.
That might be a good plan to do a couple months, because it'll take you at least 2 months to...
No, colorwork mittens are really fast.
I've seen how fast she knits. It'll take her a couple months.
But see, the thing is with colorwork, I'm more interested in it.
Oh, okay.
And it's harder to snack and slow down because both hands are in use. So I tend to knit colorwork faster.
Okay.
Being honest.
I still haven't knit colorwork.
So I think we'll open up a thread probably kind of near the end of July, and you can post if you're wanting to join in what colors you're thinking of using, or if you have questions, we'll just leave it open for whatever discussions.
And we can put the link...
Yeah, I'll put the link to the pattern. It is a paid pattern. It's $5.
$5 Canadian or $5 US?
No, I think it was $5 Canadian, because I think it was like 3 something US.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
That's it for me.
I burped it.
That's it.
Sure, you needed to know that. That's my, I haven't actually been knitting a ton this week. I mean, I got some crochet done.
Yeah.
As I gesture to it, you can't see it. But yeah, so culture?
Sure.
This is our culture consumed section. So if you're only here for the knitting, you're allowed to go. I won't mock you this time.
And thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We love this time, and we really love when you kind of post questions or interact or mention something you liked in the podcast. It gives us an idea what to do next time or what not to do, and we loved getting to know you guys. So thanks for joining us.
And we met more podcast people.
We did.
It's just been so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually
we met
well,
Megan from Birmingham.
Megan from Burning Impressions, who does, I'm sure you've seen them. They're these beautiful laser etched
sock and
mitten blockers, and now she's doing like accessories boxes. And
they're all
just
beautiful.
Gorgeous. So we'll be talking to her about maybe getting some stuff.
Get some stuff in.
Yeah.
Well, we already have her Kitchener Stitch tag. They're tags that have the directions for Kitchener Stitch, which is so
They're
handy.
like a keychain tag or a key fob that you can put on your knitting bag.
Yeah,
They're
I have
just
one
tiny
attached, and so handy because I never remember which way to go.
Yeah, I remember the Kitchener Stitch. I always forget the setup, the 2 first stitches. That's it. That's all I need it for, and I need to check it every time.
So culture consumed. Okay. Should I start?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my culture consumed isn't actually culture consumed. It is culture I'm going to consume. Because starting today, there is the Read-A-thon. Oh, it blows out way.
Hold it up close. That's better.
Yeah, the Read-A-thon. It's a Canadian read-along by Books and Lala. I like her name on Instagram.
You can tell because there's an A.
It's Books and Lala. Oh yeah,
Read-A-thon. You can tell it's Canadian because there's an A.
That's why it's A. Yeah. So sorry, we're a little out of it. So I've got my little stack of books that I'm going to read. So there are 5 challenges. The read-a-thon goes from the 1st to the 8th, and there are 5 challenges. And you can use like one book to cover multiple challenges. So you could technically read one book to do all 5, but I specifically picked out a few. So the challenges are a book by an Indigenous author. So I've got 7 Generations, A Plains Cree Saga.
That one looks really good.
By David Alexander Robertson and Scott B. Henderson, and it's a graphic novel. And it looks fabulous. It really does. So I'm really excited about that one. And then, a book with E and H in the title. So I've got Bellwether. Ooh, Bellwether by Susanna Kearsley. She's one of my favorite authors, and I picked this up a few weeks ago because it's her brand new one, and I still haven't started it. So excellent timing. I'm going to read that this week. And then, a book with red on the cover. I actually have two choices for this one. They're both by Jean Little, who is an excellent, they're all Canadian authors.
Yeah.
Children's author. So I have From Anna, which is one of my favorites of hers. So I'll either reread this one or one I haven't read, which is Dancing Through the Snow. So I'm not too sure which one. Possibly I'll read both. We'll see. And then the fourth challenge is a woman author, which, I mean, most of mine are. But I thought I would try 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl, just because it looked really interesting. Mm-hmm. And then...
By Mona
Oh, no,
Awad.
no, sorry. Oh, I've got them mixed up. Because that's actually set in a province you've never visited, which is the fifth one.
Mm-hmm.
It's set in Mississauga, or Mississauga, Ontario.
Sick.
See, it actually says Suburban Hell of Mississauga. And then, sorry, a woman author, I've got Graffiti Night by Karen Bass, which is a teen book, and it's set in Eastern Germany just after World War II, and it's about the Russian occupation. So it looks fascinating, and I didn't actually realize she was Canadian. So
yeah, you found a few that you didn't know were Canadian.
I set up a Canadian author display for the store and found tons of authors. I was trying not to do the big
ones everybody knows.
Margaret Atwood,
Anne-Marie MacDonald,
Alice Munro, Robertson Davies. I was trying not
Mordecai
to do...
Richler.
Yeah, I was trying not to do the big Canadian authors. So yeah, I found a whole bunch of authors that I didn't realize were Canadian. So that was really fun.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my next 8 days. I might not get a lot of knitting done, though I have to, because I'm starting a test knit tomorrow.
Yes. I so want to knit this pattern.
It's
a beautiful textured pattern that looks fabulous in a like subtle semi-solid.
Yes, I'm changing my mind. I keep changing my mind on what it's 3 skeins of fingering.
I want to do it out of this.
I don't wear a lot of brown. Actually, I don't wear any brown.
I don't either, but I like I love it in a grayish brown.
I really like this, but I've already knit a shawl out of this.
You have.
It's a really beautiful gray.
It's a beautiful gray.
But I really like the light gray as well. And I was actually thinking of a purple. Sorry, we got off topic.
That's okay.
As always.
This was the purple she was thinking of. It's
so I don't know.
The color purple. Our fixation yarn.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll show it if you... Do you know who the pattern is by?
Knitaholic T.O. on Instagram.
And he's got several
Kyle.
pictures of it in recent week or two. It's beautiful. Love it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I do not have 3 skeins of one fingering at home. I have always been I will buy 1 skein of fingering because that's all I can afford, and then I will find a pattern for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but luckily I have a bit of yarn here.
A little bit of access to yarn.
So, anyway, but yeah, so for the next 8 days I am going to be read.
I've been reading too. Last week I talked about a science book I was reading by Michio Kaku, but this week I took home, we got this one in at the store, and I was like, oh, I have to get this. It's The Imitation Game by Jim Ottaviani, and the artwork is by Leland Purvis. It's a graphic novel about Alan Turing, who was the mathematician that was the lead in figuring out the Enigma code during World War II. And
fascinating man.
His life was sad and so fascinating, and I've watched a couple of movies about it. You've probably heard about the Imitation Game movie with Benedict Cumberbatch because it was big.
Because it was Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yeah. But there's also another one.
What was that one called? The other one?
Oh, Enigma.
It was really good.
And it was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but if you have Netflix, you can take a look.
Netflix Canada.
Oh,
Who knows?
Netflix Canada, so who knows if it's on anywhere else. But I actually really liked Enigma because it has... So they did interviews with the daughters of the psychiatrist who was treating him and talking about him coming over when they were young girls, and they had like just really unique insights into who he was as a person outside of his math, and it was a bit more biographical than the whole story aspect of it. Like, it wasn't a big budget movie like the Imitation Game was, but I really liked it. And just, yeah.
And this just happens to have the same name. It's not...
It's not based on the movie. It is still based on his life, but for those of you who don't know, he was a brilliant mathematician. He was gay, and he was denied, basically, like, because what they were working on was so top secret, they weren't allowed to talk about it. But also, there's just recently been recognition for the people who broke the Enigma code, because some stuff was declassified, and they granted him an award posthumously.
Well, and also
an apology, because he was basically forced to have chemical castration
and it ruined his life.
It ruined his life. He became just horribly depressed, and they told him it was reversible, and it wasn't, and he wasn't given a choice. And it happened at a time when being gay was illegal.
Yes.
And there have been changes in society since then, which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah.
But so his life, like, when I saw Enigma come up, I knew I had to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm a big math nerd, so it was a fun, like, topic.
Yeah.
But his life was
and the history,
like,
and yeah. But
his friendship, like, going off to school, and his friendships with the kids there, and how he got into math and running, and, like, what he did to deal with his emotions, because he was always kind of outside the group and outside the norm, and it was just fascinating. So definitely give an Alan Turing biography a read if you can get your hands on one, or check out Enigma, or even the Imitation Game.
Yeah.
It's
a very good movie.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah. And this book, I'm enjoying. I'm about halfway through so far. I don't read a lot of graphic novels, so I'm finding it a little weird, because there's the conversations between the characters, but also his thoughts as kind of a narrator's voice, like his thoughts on what's going on in the scene, but also there's a kind of a second storyline that's his mum talking to someone, and you don't know who she's talking to at this point, but she's being interviewed, and she's telling a story about what she saw in him as a kid, or how things came about, like how he got interested in various topics, whether it's math or running or whatever, or if she knew he was gay or any of that stuff.
Yeah. And there's like all three of them intertwined.
Those are intertwined, and there's a kind of outside the story narrator as well. So it's not a typical style for me, but I'm really enjoying it.
Good.
So
that's awesome. Yes, we've both been trying out some cool new graphic novels that have come into the store.
Yeah, I don't really read graphic novels almost at all, so this is a departure for me.
I read some comics last night. Fear itself, the home front, we got in the whole set of, it was 7 comics, and it was not all that good. So every other, like, I've read some other Marvel stuff. Oh, it's Marvel. But I didn't actually realize that it's kind of, there was a run of comics that was the main storyline, and then this is kind of the other storylines, like what's happening at the same time. And I hadn't read the main storyline, so it was not as good as I had hoped, but that's okay, because, you know, there's lots of other books in the world.
Yeah. That's kind of it for me. I was finishing up the Michio Kaku. The thing with science books is they aren't really easy reads. If you're half asleep, you have to reread it all. So I don't get through them quite as fast, especially when it gets into kind of in-depth physics and math and stuff. So
I forgot, I have another one. I've been listening to the audiobook of Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman.
Oh, yeah.
As read by Neil Gaiman. Excellent. Really good. I knew some of the stories already, but some I hadn't heard before, so they're really fun. And he tells them very well.
That's cool.
So it's nice to get that Norse mythology that's, you know, been around and people know bits of, mainly from Avengers movies, out by a very good, very well-known author.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very good.
Cool. I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. Do you?
Nope.
Okay.
So, have a lovely
Have a
long weekend.
So by the time you see this, we hope you've had a lovely Canada Day and or Independence Day or Dominion Day or whatever holiday you celebrate around this time.
Or, you know, a wonderful day if you don't celebrate a holiday around this time.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time.
Woohoo!
Ciao.
Bye.